So welcome to the video lecture about the final term of the General Chemistry 2, which is under our week 2. Okay, so the topic here is all about the periodic table of elements. So, ang periodic table of elements, yung arrangement ng mga elements dito ay hindi lang siya basta-basta. So, na-arrange siya according to their properties. Okay, but before we dig deeper there, okay, so the one who discovered, not discovered specifically, the one who organized pala, pag sinabing organized, who arranged the periodic table is no other than Dmitry Mendeleev, okay? He is a Russian scientist, no? So, he also developed the periodic table or arranged the periodic table in columns and in rows. So, I hope that you have your own periodic table and let's try to draw here. Okay, this is the arrangement or this is the chart of the periodic table. So as you can see, nakakalam siya at saka may rows din siya. Okay, columns and rows. Ayan. So, ang tawag sa columns ay family or group number. Okay, ibig sabihin, this is group 1, this is group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, 6, group 7, and group 8. So yan, yung columns, ang tawag sa kanila ay group. Group 1, group 2, group 3, 4 hanggang 8. Ngayon, yung rows naman, okay, when we say rows, okay, this is termed as period. Okay, so ibig sabihin, this is your period 1. Okay, the whole of this is your period 1. This is your period 2. Oh, ito din, period 2. Lahat ng elements na meron dyan ay period 2. Meron din tayong period 3, period 4, period 5, hanggang period 7. Okay, so that is all about periodic table. And there are 118 elements na meron sa periodic table, which is recognized officially by the organization, which is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. No? So, let's proceed with the valence electron. Okay, valence electron. So what is valence electron? Pag sinabing valence electrons, these are the outermost electron. Okay, pag sinabing outermost electrons, ito yung mga electrons na nasa last part ng circles. Diba, this is the last part of the circle, and yung dots na meron dyan, yan yung valence electron. Ngayon, ilang valence electron ang meron dito sa picture? So as you can see, there is only one dot. So ibig sabihin, meron lang isang valence electron ang meron dito sa model ng atom na ito. Okay? However, kapag dalawa naman, or kapag may dots pa dyan, ilan ang valence electron? Magiging 3 valence electron. So that is what we call valence electron. Ito yung mga electrons na nasa last part ng circle or na nasa last part ng energy level. Yung circle na nakikita mo dyan, ang tawag kasi dyan ay energy level. Okay? So next, we have your periodic variations in atomic properties. So, yung periodic table din, it is arranged according to their properties. And what are these properties? These are atomic size, ionic sizes, ionization energy, electron affinity, and electronegativity. So we will discuss this one by one, starting with atomic radius. So pag sinabing atomic radius, starting from the nucleus hanggang sa surface, okay? Hanggang sa surface ng next element. Okay? As you can see here in the picture, okay? Dito sa picture, ito yung nucleus hanggang sa next surface ng element, yan ang atomic radius. Or kumbaga, kung gaano kalaki ang atom ng isang element, that is atomic radius. And as you can see, ito ang ating pattern. Okay, this is the pattern. When you go to the right, lumiliit daw ang mga atoms. At when you go downward, the atoms is increasing. Ibig sabihin, lumalaki yung size ng atom. Okay, let's compare boron and oxygen. Sino kaya ang maliit sa kanila? Boron or oxygen? Now, follow the arrow. Kapag papunta ka daw sa right, lumiliit. So, sino ang maliit? Ibig sabihin si oxygen. At mas malaki si boron. Okay, so that is the pattern. Another example is, how about xenon versus argon? Sino kaya ang mas maliit? Sino ang mas malaki? Si xenon or si argon? Ang sabi dito sa pattern, when you go downward, the atom the atomic radius or atomic size will increase. So, sinong mas malaki? Definitely si xenon ang larger in contrast with your argon. Okay, so that is atomic radius. That is how you use the pattern. Just follow the arrow and you can compare the sizes of the different atoms. Okay. Next, we also have your ionic radius. So, pag sinabing ionic radius, so anong pagkakaiba ng ionic radius at atomic radius? Now, looking back here sa picture, okay, kapag atomic radius, starting from the nucleus, okay, nucleus hanggang sa surface, I'm sorry, mali. Okay, let's say, ito yung, this is the other atom, yung circle na nasa right side. So, starting from the nucleus hanggang sa next surface ng atom, that is your atomic radius. Pero pag sinabing ionic radius, nucleus, okay, nucleus hanggang sa last part ng electron. That is ionic radius. So that's the difference between ionic radius and atomic radius. So what is the pattern for ionic radius? So pag ionic radius, anong magiging pattern? When you go to the right, so the atom becomes smaller, and when you go downward, the ionic sizes of the atom becomes larger, or it is increasing. Now let's compare again the two elements. So let's have iron and copper. Sino kaya ang may maliit na ionic radius? Iron or copper? Sabi natin, when you go to the right, ionic radius decreases. So sino ang maliit or sino ang lesser ionic radius? Definitely si copper. Okay, paano naman kapag pababa? So meron tayong zinc, okay, versus mercury. Zinc versus mercury, sino ang may larger ionic radius? So when you go downward, the ionic radius will become larger. So definitely si mercury ang may greater ionic radius kumpara kay zinc. Okay, so just memorize the pattern. So that is the second properties, ionic radius. Next, we have your ionization energy. So when we say ionization energy, this is the energy required to remove an electron. Okay, the energy required for an atom to remove an electron. So let's go back here. In order for this electron to be removed, kailangan daw ng energy. And that energy, ang tawag dyan ay ionization energy. Okay, so that is ionization energy. And we have this pattern. When you go to the right, as you can see, when you go to the right, it increases. Going to the right will increase the ionization energy, and when you go downward, ionization energy decreases. So it's the same ang pag-compare natin dyan. Okay, kung paano tayo mag-compare kanina sa previous properties, ganun din dito. Okay, next we also have your electron affinity. So what is electron affinity? An atom will release an energy when it accepts an electron. Okay, so let's go back sa image. So say for example, this is an electron. In order for this electron to be accepted by this atom, para makuha daw ng atom yung electron from outside, okay, energy is released. Energy is released. And that is what we call electron affinity. Okay, that is electron affinity. So the pattern for electron affinity is when you go to the right, its electron affinity will increase, and when you go downward, its electron affinity will decrease. Okay, so that is the pattern. Next, electronegativity. When we say electronegativity, how attractive the atom is. It is the ability of the atom to attract electrons. Okay, so going back to this image, this electron that you can see here, ito, kung gaano daw ka-attractive itong atom na to. Kung mabilis lang ba siya maka-attract ng electron? So kung mabilis lang siya maka-attract ng electron, ibig sabihin, meron siyang high electronegativity. Pero kung nahihirapan siyang maka-accept ng electron, meron siyang low electronegativity. Okay? So, nakalagay na din dito yung kaniyang pattern that when you go downward, electronegativity decreases, and when you go to the right, electronegativity will increase. Okay, now let's start with electron configurations of an atom. So electron configuration, ito yung 1s2 or simply this one. Okay, that is electron configuration. So how do we write electron configuration? Okay, electron configuration. Okay, So, ganito lang gawin mo. Magsulat tayo ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4, 5, 6, 7. Tapos lahat ng first column, ang meron dyan ay S. Ang pangalawa ay P. Ang pangatlo ay D. At ang pang-apat ay F. Okay, your S, P, D, F. Okay, ang tawag sa mga letters na to ay subshells. Okay, your S can hold, ano bang ginagawa ng subshells? Ang mga subshells ang nagke-carry ng electron. So your S can hold up to 2 electrons. Your P can hold up to 6. Your D is 10. And 14 for F. Yan yung kaya nilang hawakan na electron. Okay? So let's start with first example, Na. So what is the atomic number of Na in the periodic table? Okay, punta tayo kay Na sa periodic table. So nasaan si Na, di ba? Ito. Ito. Sodium is Na. Anong kanyang atomic number? Yung nakikita mong number sa taas niya, that is 11. Okay? Ibig sabihin, meron siyang 11 electrons. For your sodium, there are 11 electrons. Okay, now let's write its electron configuration. So paano ang sequence nito? Gagawa ka ng slant na arrow. So yan ang susundin mong sequence for writing electron configuration. So let's start. Ano ba ang una dito? Diba? Ito, 1s. So ilagay mo 1s. Sa isang s, ano or ilan ang kaya niyang i-hold 2? So ilagay mo 2 sa exponent. Next, anong next kay 1s? Follow the arrow. The next is 2s. So ilagay mo 2s. And then sa s, ilan ang kaya niyang i-hold 2? So ilagay mo 2. Okay, ilang electrons na ang meron? So i-add mo to, 2 plus 2 is 4. Pero ang kailangan natin ay 11. So ilan pa ang kulang niya? 7 pa ang kulang niya, di ba? So ibig sabihin, we need to continue. What's the next for 2s? Okay, after 2s, as you can see, ito yung next arrow. So 2p. Sulat mo 2p. And then for your p, ilan ang kaya niyang i-hold? 6. So ilagay mo 6. Okay, ilang electrons nang meron? 6 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 10. Ilan pang kulang? 1. Kasi 11 ang kailangan natin. So ano ang next sa 2p? What is the next for 2p? Follow the arrow. The next is 3s. Okay, 3s. Ngayon sa s, ilan ang kaya niyang i-hold? 2, di ba? Pero ang kulang na lang dito ay isa na lang. So ang ilalagay mo na lang dyan ay 1. Okay? So compute 1 plus 6, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 2, 11. So there are 11 electrons. So that is now the answer, or that this is now the electron configuration of sodium. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman kung ilan ang valence electron? Kapag, in order for us to identify how many valence electron, you just need to choose the highest energy level. Pag sinabing choose highest energy level, kung sino ang higher number. Sino bang higher number? Si 3, si 2, or si 1? Diba? Si 3. So kung si 3, kung ano man ang kanyang exponent, yan ang bilang ng kanyang valence electron. So therefore, there is only one valence electron of your sodium. Okay? And take note, anong group number ba si sodium? Diba kapag sinabi natin group, column, ilang column ba siya? Diba column 1. Kaya nasa column 1 siya kasi meron lang siyang one valence electron. So ibig sabihin, your valence electron is the indication of your group number also. Whatever be the group number of the element is also the number of your valence electron. Okay? Next example. Or before that, no, you can do this in your own. We have your chlorine, calcium, and barium. So that's the end of the topic under week 2.